Hello friends, welcome to Intuites.
Let's begin the class.
Let me know if you're able to see my screen. Okay. Any questions on the last class on the Windows function? Anything you have, or you are good?
Was completing the assignment, Samir, so they didn't check on the last video, but we'll ask
Mhm.
you tomorrow. I will do it tomorrow and I'll ask you if there is any doubt.
Oh, okay. So let's do some exercise on the Windows function which we discussed. Let's do some exercise here. In the sense, I will do it from my end. So basically, I have created two tables actually. One is a product table. Okay, that I will provide you the SQL to create it. This is one table, I think. Let me check. Yes, this is the first table, and second one is just the employee table. So to just to accommodate the data, whether we can do it our practice on the Windows function. So let's consider first the employee table. This I will give you the SQL, you can create it up. So here the first question which you are targeting here is that the first two employees, from each department to join the company. Okay, so something like this question is there. Page first two employees from each department to join the company. So this is, let's take the company data, and we are planning to get the first two employees who joined based on the department, right? So how we'll do it? So let's take, I'm taking from my employee table, I'm putting E, and I'm taking all the records here, E dot star, and I can take either a row number or rank function, whatever I can take it, right? So I can say row number. Remember the row number function, guys?
You can
Remember?
use, yeah, you can use row number over, but
Yeah. Partition by, what could be my partition, guys, here in this case, based on the question?
department ID, you have to partition by department ID and department
Yeah,
name. Okay,
department,
sorry. Okay, yeah,
Department name.
department name.
department name, and order by my salary, right? That's it. Or order by employee ID, whatever maybe, not salary.
No,
If
order
I
by
want to get the
employee ID
first,
only because you are not using the
correct,
salary, right? So you have to use the employee
correct,
ID.
that's correct. That's it. RM. And if you execute this now, you will get each employee, see admin department. These are the 4 persons are there, and this is the 1, 2, 3, 4 for them, right? And from here, these are the finance department 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that for the chart department, all the 1, 2, 3, 4. Correct? We're getting it for each and every department. Now from this, we need to give a first to the first two employees for that. So how will do the first two employees now? We got the rank, sorry, the row number we got it.
Yeah, you can use, okay, you can top of that, you can use another select statement.
Mhm. Yes,
Go to
the problem.
before before go to the select statement, you can use the select star from and then close the after
Right.
the E where Rn equal to 1 comma Rn in 1 2.
Right. So actually, here is one problem is there. That's what the saying is correct. So here, when you are using a Windows function, now I can't use. Sorry, I can't use directly this. Suppose I want
No,
to
you have to
take.
use the top. On top of that, you have to use one more select
I know, I
statement.
know, I know, I know, I know. I'm just explaining that to everybody. What is the problem? So here, suppose the basic thing is, whenever you are writing a normal SQL statement, right, we want to put a where condition, right? Suppose this is less than equals to 2, we can put it. But when you are using a Windows function, no, we can't use directly like this. Okay? So we can't put that condition inside the where clause. That is one of the drawback in the traditional SQL. Okay? But when you go to our modern database system, after this will not work in the SQL Server. This will work in your Snowflake, Redshift, what are the modern databases we have. So there is a statement there called qualify. If you use the qualify, then you can use this as a condition, okay, on the same statement, like less than equals to 2 or greater than equals to 2. But this is not available in SQL Server. To avoid that, so just remember this. This will work when you go to a modern database, the Snowflake which I'm talking about, or even the Redshift and all. We can use the qualify as a statement. and you can use this condition to execute it. But here, since in SQL Server, we don't have an option, and in where clause we can't use it. So I need to use a subquery for this. So what I'll do, I will do this wrap it around subquery. I will say this as like RNK, rank or whatever may be. And I can say here select, okay, then star from whatever may be. And I will say this much. Okay, select star from this where RNK dot RN less than equals to 2. This is the way you will do in your SQL Server or traditional databases. Make sense? Any questions on this? Now, if you execute it, you'll get each first employees for each department join the company. It makes sense to everybody?
Samir, once again, will you explain why that Windows operation cannot be put in where clause?
That's the way it is. It is designed like that only. There is no logic on that. So here
Okay.
you can't apply that. That's it. There is no concrete thing that why it can't be used, but it can be used in modern database. I'm saying with a qualified statement, but now it is not possible in the traditional way. That's it. As simple as that.
Okay.
Yeah. Here, one thing we can do it, that is again, it is in traditional SQL. One more way you can try it. Let me try that. That is also not a concrete way, but still you can do that. Another way you can do this, like this. Instead of writing all these things, you can write something like this. So we can say top 2 ties. Okay. Let me check it out. Ties only now. Even this one I did tried for long back. Okay. Let me check if it works. Let me check if this not work. Then I will need to check the what called is that syntax. Let me check top 2 ties only. Let me run. Central number. Just give me a second. Let me
From
check this.
employee E, you have given E dot star, so E is.
That's correct. But this is somehow top 2 ties is not working for me. Let me check. Just give me a second. This is the one more way also. You can use your Windows function. Okay. Top ties. In the meantime, you can also check in Google on your syntax. Because I didn't do that for a longer purpose now. But there is an option. Okay. Yeah, I think with ties. This is what's the missing was. Yeah, that's it. So whenever you can say the top 2 top 2 with ties, then either star, then but here whatever you are using on the Windows function, that needs to be put it in the order by. Okay. This is one more way we can execute as well. Okay. So here it is taking the first 2. Let's try to top 3 something. Let me check. Okay. What exactly we are getting here? We are getting the same data only, right? Top 5. Yeah, we're getting here multiple things. So basically, this is the one more way we can get it, but this is not the actual solution. The best solution would be this one, but you can just play around this, another syntax which I'm giving you, so that whether we are able to achieve that problem or not. Because this one I long back I tried, like last I used only 1 year back only. Not sure how to use it, but this is the syntax to get it without the subquery to get your this information. Okay, but ideally I will say just go through this approach. That's better. Okay, makes sense. This makes sense, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Just play around that, the other syntax. Okay. Next question, can you do that? Find the top 3 employees in each department earning max salary. Can you do that? Find top 3 employees who is getting max salary on their department. How to do that? Just tell me the approach. I will do it. Go ahead. I'll do it. But you know, tell the approach for me on each department. Okay. Go ahead, guys. Don't take much time, please. Hello. You guys are there?
Yeah, we're here.
What I
Just
need to do here? I can use the roll number or I can use the rank or dense rank order by salary, right? That's it, right? You can do it. Don't you think so? Correct, na? Hmm. Less than 3 means you will get the top 3 employees. I'm putting 2. So we are getting 2 only. Make sense?
yeah.
These are the questions we can do it. Okay. They are very simple. You can get it the max salary, main salary, all these things you can get it. Okay. Make sense? One question I want you to guys try is that I want this to you try now. The question is compare salary of previous employees and give me the results and provide the results. Sorry. It's like and give the result like if it is equals, you need to say equal to the previous employee. If it's a greater than, you need to say greater than equals to or less than equals to. Something like that you need to display. Greater than or small than, smaller than, something like that you need to display. Makes sense? Compare the previous salary of the employees. How to do that? This question for each department, okay?
Just a guess, Samir.
Hmm.
Use lead or lag.
Correct. That's correct. Absolutely correct. So we need to use like that only. That's correct. So let me copy here, copy here. Here we are saying e dot stat. Then I can say lag of salary partition by my department name because I want the previous employee for each and every department, right? Correct. Then order by my employee ID. Now let's see that. So let's say previous underscore salary. Okay, from employee. Let's see what the data I'm getting here. So if you see, for this there is no previous salary. So this is his previous salary, right? So for the Mayam, Mohan is the previous salary, 4,000, right? For the Gautam, Mayam is the previous salary, 4,000. Now when, and for the Monica, Gautam is the previous employee salary. Correct? Is it making sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So when the department changes, we are getting, sorry, whatever. When the department changes, we are getting again started. See, finance, there is no previous record for Darwin. Rajesh is this one like this. Now, how you will compare this? What I'm saying is that whenever the previous salary, there is no previous salary for this guy, so we can straight away say that there is no previous salary. When this, let's take this guy, Mayam, 4,000 and 4,000. So his salary is 4,000. His previous employee salary also 4,000. I say equals. In this case, let's take the third row. It's 2,000 and 4,000. So 2,000 is less than 4,000. So I will say less than. So how we will do this question now? If I ask you, I given the logic to get the previous salary. Now, can you get that information to compare the salary with the previous employee salary? How we will do it?
Use the case statement.
Yeah, please go ahead. How to do that? Can you Help me to write that.
You can use the case, right? Case the previous
Mhm.
salary 1 equal to 0, right? So now you will
First
get
of all,
null will be
first of all, yeah,
become a 0 now.
correct.
Null will
I'm
become a
I'm removing
0.
the zero. Uh,
Okay.
now how do I
Then
do
you
it?
have to use the case.
Hmm.
Okay, whatever, like a previous salary
Hmm.
less than when salary less than whatever, or what the condition we can less than a previous salary.
This one, right? That's it, right?
No,
Mm.
yeah, you can use this one, or you can use a subquery to write a case statement. That is easy instead of writing a making more confused. Okay.
Why I will take subquery will be more confused, right?
No, subquery means, right, you don't want to repeat the same function like a lag function. Instead of that, we already having the previous salary, one small variable, right? That way, easy for.
That's okay. That's okay. You can try that. That's okay. You can do that like this as well, right? You remember all these guys, all case statement, how to write all these things. This all thing you remember, right?
Yes.
Uh, This is the way you can compare, right? See, whenever it is it's in greater than equals to less than greater than all these things, right? You can compare, and you can do a subquery as well. So take this into a subquery part, the salary, and you can compare that as well. Okay, both of the things will be fine. You can take any approach, and you can just get the job done. That makes sense. And I have given on the assignment number 8. If you guys open up that assignment, there are 3 exercises there. That is a very good exercise for your the Windows function. So 3 are is to medium to average difficulty. So just do try it out on the 8 number assignment. I think I'm morning only I have to uploaded, but you can just do try it out. That. Okay, making sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So we have discussed about how to use the aggregate function in Windows, sum, max, min, all these things. Then we'll come to your row number, rank, dense rank, lead, lag. All these things we discussed. Another set of functions are there which is not that frequently used but quite important also to understand it. Okay. So for that I want to go to one table here. That's the product. So here is basically we have a product table where different categories of products are available, their brand, their product name, and their price. So we have around 4 categories. One is phone, laptop, earphone, headphone, and smartwatch. 4 level of categories, different brands, and the product. So I want to discuss two function which is called, which is also comes under your Windows function, that is called your first underscore value and last underscore value. So as the name suggests, it will give you the first value and it will give you the last value. That's it. Okay. So let's use one function here. So to get the least price or the minimum price for the each category we have. So if we talked about the in this phone category, we have the list, which is the least product, which is the highest product, which is the minimum product or maximum product, whatever it may be. Those information I want here. Okay. So let's take. I want to use it here from product. Okay. So after this, I will use my function called first underscore value. Okay. Here I want to get, it will take a parameter called price or any column. I want to get the price, the first value. Okay. Then as it is, it will be over partition by your product category. Okay. Order by price. I want the list price here. Okay. So let's execute this. So you will get for the earphone, the list price is 170 rupees, which is Galaxy Buds Lives, right? And for the headphone, you get the 250 rupees is the list price. It's a Surface headphone too. So like that, for the each product category, we will get the list price for category. List price. List price. Okay. Does this make sense? First value
Yeah.
function. Is there any questions? Do you have any questions? Anybody? Are you good?
Samir, I have a
Go ahead.
question. The first
Go ahead.
value is a function, right? That's a
Yeah.
Windows function, whatever you are saying.
Right.
So
Right.
that will be that will be for only for MS SQL, or it's general. It's any other
Uh,
database also having the same kind of stuff. Because I never
I
seen.
use SQL Server and MySQL also this service is having, and Snowflake also is having. I don't know about the
Okay.
other. Oracle I never used all my life. I don't know that you can answer me on that one. And
Okay.
other stuffs
Because I
you
never
need to check
used.
it out.
I'm using DB2 only for last 5 to 10 years.
Yeah,
So
you
I
can
never
check it out.
seen the DB2.
Yeah. Yeah, DB2 is a long back, right? So we can't compare now that one.
Okay. If
Traditional,
suppose if
yeah.
this function is not there, if this function is not there, how do I do this one?
Normal
If
max,
without a
normal
normal
max
yes.
min. Yeah, that's it. Exactly. And suppose here, before going to the last value function, suppose you want the highest price instead of the least price, you want the highest price for each category. One approach is I can put this as descending, right? This will work out, right? For me. Let's see.
Yes, it will work.
It will work, right? Yeah. So this one. So it will getting the 280 rupees. Okay. So this is the one way. So that's why the last value function we rarely use, because on my whole career I didn't use the last value function as of now, because I can use the first value function and I can change the order by close to descending, ascending, and I can get the information. As simple as that. Why I will discuss about the last value function, because there is a terminology is there from the Windows that I want to discuss, and that's a problem on the last value function as well. So let's do the last value function, and same I will do the highest price, but will not get the exact information which you are looking at. So instead of the first value, I'll use last value, and I don't want to use anything because last value anyway it will give you the last value only without a descending and ascending. So if we use this function, no, we'll get some weird results here. You see the last one. Yeah. Is it the correct result for you guys? No, right? It's not the correct result. It is giving me exactly the what is the price you have. 280, 250, 220, and 170. Exactly, it is representing the same thing only. It is not giving you the highest price which you are expecting from the last one. Make sense? First of all, it is not giving the correct result to you. Yes or no? If you see the data, it is correct? No, right?
No.
So this is one of the problem when you are using last value. This problem we will not face with any Windows function wherever you go. Okay. The only problem with the last value. Why? I will explain you now. Okay. So basically, when I'm talking about this as a Windows function, analytical function is fine, but I'm always talking that lead, lag, row number, rank, dance rank, your first value, last value, or hover clause if I use it, that is called a Windows function. I'm talking about this terminology called Windows. But why this is called a Windows function? Can somebody explain? If somebody knows, what is Windows actually here in this? Is this your home window? It's not like that, right? It's not home window. What then? What is window here exactly? It is called a Windows function. Uh, can somebody put your thoughts here? What is why it is called Windows function? Just think once. Why it is called a Windows function?
Possibly because we are getting it in a partitioned manner.
Exactly. That's correct. So whenever you are using something now, you are saying that hover. Either you are using a partition or you are using without using a partition. So you are giving giving the instruction to the SQL saying that boss, get me all the rows by without partition, or if I'm giving a partition, how much partition on that partition only perform the calculation. So it means whenever it is going to the last value, in this case it is doing a partition back product category, right? So on the first, let's say on the earphone category, how many rows I have? 1 2 3 4 rows. So perform first on the first 4 rows, perform the last value or the first value or the lead, lag, whatever may be. Then go to the next number of rows. And if partition is not there, then do it on the overall records from the table. So that is called the window. Like how many windows I am doing it? Four rows, 5 rows, 6 rows, or total overall rows. What I am doing exactly? That range is called the window. That's why it is called the Windows function. That makes sense, first of all? Yes or no? Got the point?
Yeah.
So basically every Windows function, whenever you are writing, okay, there is an internal Windows is going on. Okay, in the sense for how many rows it will take it, how it will take it. It is internally is taking. We are not defining that. Okay, but when it comes to the last value, there is a problem. So we need to redefine that. And that is the only problem in the last value only. So let me explain that scenario. So by default, just remember this. By default in Windows function, the default window is, sorry, on Windows function, let me rephrase this. On Windows function, default window is, default role selection is unbounded descending and current underscore row. Okay. So what is happening in this case is, this is always for the each and every Windows function, but this will not affect your any of the function. Anywhere you are defining unbounded preceding current row, nothing we are defining, right? But we can define that. So here what is happening is, let me explain the last value. Let me comment this first value and let's execute it, and I'll explain you why it is coming 170 here. Let me tell you. So the default rows is unbounded preceding and the current. Okay. So let's go to the first row here. Let's consider on the first row. What is the price of this, guys? Can you just
170.
be 170? So there is unbounded preceding. Unbounded preceding means the previous row. Is there any previous row to this? No.
No.
And so it is representing the current row data only. Okay. Now, when it is compared to this guy, the second row, it is giving me 220 rupees. 220 is the price. So unbounded preceding means previous row is 170 and the current row is 220. Which is bigger? 220.
220.
Last value is, so it is printing 221, the last value. Now it come to the 250. Again, it is checking this three. Unbound 170, 220, 250 and giving me 250 rupees. Okay. In the 280 rupees, this three will check. All these threes, it will check this. So that's why in this case, it is printing the same record. But that is not our scenario, right? When I'm using the last value, instead of checking when I'm on this row, it should check overall everything as a group for the earphone, right? And
Yes.
from there, it should give me the highest price. Instead of checking one here, one here, one here, instead of overall, it should check it. Whenever I'm going to this row, it will check overall. Whenever I'm going to come to this row, it will check overall. But the default row setting is called the unbounded preceding and the current row. That's why it is affecting my last value function. Right? Is anybody any doubt on this one question? I can explain one more time also. Because this is very important. You have to understand this. It makes sense.
Samir, what if
Good.
I had, instead of 220, if I
Hmm.
had 300 as the price?
Ha. Then it will be 300 only here.
Okay, so when I
Because
check the
yeah,
next 250,
it will be again 300.
again 300. So it will give
Yeah,
me the highest value there.
correct. So because what is happening is it is not
Preceding it will.
consider yeah, it is not considering the overall. Just like
Uh-huh.
in the case of the first value, last value it's not checking for the overall group. Since we are doing a partition, still it is not considering overall as well. So it is just checking the previous preceding, two preceding, and current row. Whichever is bigger, it is giving me that. So it means whenever you are on the third row, it will check first and second, compare it. If it which is bigger, it will give you that. Whenever you are on the fourth number row, it will check 1, 2, 3, and whichever is bigger, it will give you. Like that, the last value is working. But that should not be the case. It should be one. Suppose I have the earphone, I have 4 rows. So overall, 4 rows should be counted. And from there, it should give me the highest price.
Okay.
That what is not happening right now.
Okay. When you come to the 11th row, laptop, and the 12th row, I guess it is laptop only.
Which one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
see here, 2100, right? Here.
uh, okay, okay, okay,
See. So
okay,
2000, 2000, 1200, 2020, and 2000. So it is bigger is
okay.
20,000. Now it has come
21.
to 2300. It is
Okay,
2300. See?
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This makes
got
sense? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And in this row, on the 13th row, it is
Mm.
2500 because it is overall, right?
Overall. Yeah, got it. Yeah, got it.
Got it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So where exactly this row is going on? Actually, when you are doing inside the hover clause, right? Inside this, after the whether you are using a partition order doesn't matter, but after inside the hover clause, actually this clause is going on. Actually, rows between unbounded, bounded, preceding, and current row. Invalid column. What happened here? 1 second, be there. No, will be starting or not. Like, let's just give me a second. current row. Like this current underscore row. This is only mistake is going on. Current row. Can you give me? Can you just show me? Anybody just give me the syntax for this, guys? I'm forgetting what is current underscore row or current row, something like that. Can you check it, guys, please, for me?
Rows in the square bracket. It is. Can I
Mm-hmm.
share it in the WhatsApp?
No, just tell me.
After order by order expression, within the
Mm-hmm.
square bracket, it is given rows, ROWS,
Mm-hmm.
within Windows frame, greater than and equal, greater than, between two greater and lesser symbol. Inside that, they have given window underscore frame.
No, it's not like that. Actually, here it should become after the order by only it should come.
Yeah,
Let me
after
check.
order by order expression, after the
Mm,
order by order expression, within square bracket, it is given.
Like this. Current row, I think. Yeah, that's correct. That's it. I was putting current underscore row. It is current space row. Okay. So after your partition and after your order by, this clause is going on actually, which is we are not writing it, but somehow for other Windows function, it is somehow it is taking up whichever rows is required. But in this case, this is what is happening. And if you run this, visiting. This was the that record is happening, and due to that we are getting the wrong result for your the last. Does this make sense? We'll see that how to modify this so that we'll get the correct result. But is it clear that what exactly the Windows function and what is rows here is going on here? Does that make sense? Everybody is clear on this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Now what we need to do, instead of writing the current row, compare whenever I am on the current row, it is comparing these three records with the current record and it's giving me. No, what I need everything. So it will be give me a range. So when I'm on the current row, it should give me previous row with every row, following row. So what I need to do here in this case is, and to use unbounded preceding, and instead of the current row, I will say unbounded following. Then if you run this, then you will get your correct result for the last one. Now see, is this the correct result?
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So here we can use your rows, and even we can use the range also. There are two keywords are there. One is rows and range. But I never saw any real-time scenario where we will use the range. But uh, I never saw, and I just heard that maybe the range is whenever the data is getting duplicated, that time it is work out. But I never implemented, so I'm not sure how it works on the range. 99% will use 99%, 9% will use the rows as only on this case. I never use the range. If somebody knows anything on the range, you can explain me like how range is different from the rows. Okay, but we no need to explain that what is range and all. But here, if you put the range also, it will work. Same thing. It is the same thing. Okay, there is no changes with the data. But I never use the range. Okay, I use always the rows one. Okay, is that make sense? This question, what is why it is Windows function and why you have changed this to unbounded preceding to unbounded following. Okay, does this make sense?
Yeah. Samir, can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
If it is that we are finding for just the price, as
Hmm.
you said earlier, can we not just use max or min? What is the purpose of
Yeah.
this?
So what is the correct? And even using the first value also we can do that by price descending. Okay.
Yeah.
Suppose think like here in this case why it is required. Let's come to that point. That's correct. Good question. So here suppose take an example of your any function. Let's try to do that. So suppose instead of your last value, suppose you want to get the lag function. Okay, lag price. This is the one. And I want to compare the first row with the previous two rows. Something like that. Suppose I have a year over year data I have. Let's take I have 2020, 21 I have. So I want to compare 2020 to 2022, 2 years. So I can use like this. So unbounded proceeding with two following. So it will check this proceeding to the two following, means two rows extra. This also you can do it. Something like this. One proceeding and two following. Right? Making sense? Like it will check the first row with the two following rows. These are all things you can do if you use the rows function. Okay. These three exercises which I have given you, no, the assignment number 8 will come to know what exactly we will do for month over month and all these things. But think like that you are on a rows and always what is happening? It is like comparing with the previous row to the current row, like function. So suppose you don't want to do that. So you want to compare your current salary with the second most salary or third most salary or fourth most salary. You can do that. So you can use this rows function, like one preceding, two following, minus following, plus following, everything you can do. Make sense?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So this is overall about your Windows function. So let me put it back here on the date number 10 only. Save it. Okay. This is overall about the, the Windows function. Okay. Now let's go ahead and discuss few topics, which is that is okay. This is important, but we should know that as well. Okay. So let's discuss about the update and delete option, I guess. How to do that? Update and delete. How to do the update and delete?
Update.
Yeah, update then.
Table name.
Hmm.
Set column name to
Hmm.
something.
Something. And if you put a where condition, then it will be the for that condition whichever
It
rule
will change.
satisfied. Right. Exactly. So like that. So first of all, let me take this example of start from my employee. I have an employee table and I have a department table. Okay. These are the two tables I have now. So here I'm taking up this two as an example for this. So here what we will do, first of all, let me take a backup of this table, which is very important because I want to do some update and delete for this. So let me take a backup so that next time I can restore because I will do some update and delete on this table. So in SQL Server particularly, if I want to take a backup of current table, so the syntax is select star into the table name employee underscore let's take backup from employee. So it will create a table called employee backup. It will take the data from employee. Okay. So this is the syntax is in SQL Server. Select star into dpt underscore backup from department. You just remember this. Okay? Whenever you are working with SQL Server, this syntax select star into. And in some other databases, it is like create table. Let's take demo. Add select star from the table. Select star from people. We can do that in other databases. So it will create a table of this query. But in SQL Server, this is the way we can do it. Select star into all these things. Make sense? First of all, take backup. Now let's do some analysis on this one. So as you know, the update statement is so like update employee, then I can say set. So let's take I want to compare the salary into 10% something. Salary equals to salary into 1.1. If I execute this, sorry, if I execute this, what will happen? For each and every employee, this will be
All
applicable,
the
correct?
employees will have the same change,
Yeah,
same
right.
salary.
I don't know do that. So where now after that I can put a condition. Let's take I want to do for the department analytics. I want to do this increment of the salary by 10% for the department analytics. How will I do it? Do I have any analytics information on the employee table?
You have to join a table,
Okay. Which table I need to join?
department.
Okay, that information is in my department. Okay. So I have the analytics department is at, let's say, let's drag it. So analytics department is 100
Hmm.
for the department table. So I can take this department ID and compare along with this department ID using a subquery as well, right? Why you
Oh,
got to join here?
okay, sorry.
Yeah. So I can say department underscore ID, which is from the employee table. Okay. In select department diff ID from department where department underscore name equals to analytics. Right? This is the way the subquery also we can do it in an update statement, even on the delete as well. Okay, everything, whatever you are doing on the select, you can do all the logics on the update as well. So now if you execute this, let's see. So 4 rows got affected. It means we have a 4 entries on my table for the analytics. So select star from my employee. This is the way. So wherever the 100 are there, it got increment by 10%. Make sense? The first level of is done. Any questions on this? And you can do anything there. Whatever you learn on the subquery, everything we can do in the update as well. That makes sense. Any questions on this?
No, got it.
Got it, right? Now, what exactly? Next scenario. This is also a very important scenario. Suppose I want to insert a department name on the employee table itself. I don't have any department name in my employee table, right? So suppose somebody tell that why I will go to my department table every time to get a department name. Can you bring the department name to the employee table itself. So first of all, I need to create a table, create a column inside my employee table, which is called the department name. Okay. How to create a column? Just
Alter.
update me. Alter. Okay. Alter. Then alter table. Then my employee. Then what I need to do? Add, right? I have to
Add.
add it. Hmm? So let's take department underscore name, and I'm giving a data type called varchar. Let's take. If I execute this, this will be added up. Now, if I execute the select star from employee,
It will have
this
null.
will be nulls. Now, the important task is when I have a department table, right? I have the department table. From here, what are the department names are there? That I need to bring it to here instead of nulls. Right? So 100 means analytics, 200 means whatever may be. I want to bring it from there. How I will do it now. Make sense? This is my requirement. Question is clear to everybody?
Yeah.
So how I'll do it? Let's do that. Let me copy with the update because I need to update only, right? Department and I need to update, right?
Yeah.
So update statement I will write it. So let's first write here. So in this case I need to join the employee table and my department table. I need to join, then bring the department name to the employee table. Okay, without that it is impossible. Okay, so I will say from employee inner join. This is also one more advantage of using. Say, that's what I told. Whatever you are writing to the select, same thing we can do in update, delete, join, subqueries, everything we can do it here. Okay. Now I will say department D on E dot department ID equals to D dot ID. This is your condition. But what exactly you need to update here? Update is, so what is the name I am taking? I'll say department underscore name, which is coming from my employee table equals to D dot department. That's what I want to update here. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The red column. Let's say D dot department. Why it is coming DPT underscore? Okay, that's fine. I think this is the case. Okay. Now, if I execute this, all the department name which is there, I added as a new column to the employee table. Everything will be filled up with the department. Let's see.
Except 500.
Yeah, except 500. That's good. So 9 employees I have now. 9 records got uploaded. If I go to my select star from my employees, except the 500, which is null, with which I don't have any department. This makes sense.
Yeah.
So these are the operations we can do on the update as well. Okay, update a same thing you can do on the delete as well. I don't want to discuss. You can try it out on your own. The same procedure. Department, you can do your subquery, joins, everything, whatever you can do it. And what I showed in the update, same thing we can do, delete as well. Making sense?
Yeah.
Okay. You can try it on your own, right? What is the delete syntax? Delete,
Table name.
delete, then table name.
Table name.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll delete everything?
You'll get the whole table gets deleted.
Delete from employee or delete only employee? Just check the syntax properly.
Okay.
It's not like delete from the employee only. It's not like delete only. So it's like whatever I have done for the update, the same thing we can do for the edits. Okay, does that make sense?
Okay.
So this is overall about your SQL. So that will be last class for tomorrow. There will be SQL. So I will give another 2 assignment to you. It will be considered of 2 assignments. So that completion of 10 assignments. 8 plus 2 to 10 assignments. And tomorrow we will discuss the last class. Is more of a theory concern. Index, which is you should know how the index works. Okay, and how to write the stored procedures, which is also important. Procedure class functions. And if you have any doubt, please do let me know tomorrow. And after that, I will upload my assignment solutions to you after the tomorrow's class. So this will be class for tomorrow. We'll discuss these 2 things. And from day after tomorrow, we are starting the Python. Okay? Are you good?
Okay. Yeah. Samir, and that collace function, you haven't given the salary, how to find salary.
Oh, is it? Okay. I'll just ping you directly after this.
Okay.
Okay. And we make sure that by end of this week, you should be able to submit all the 10 assignments, which I'm trying 8 already I given you, 2 I will give it to you. Total 10 assignments. Please send it back to me by end of this week. Okay. Will it
Okay,
work?
Sam. We'll try.
Yes.
And I'm very much sure that I'm from my experience, I'm saying if you are good at SQL, if you are good at Python, your life is easy on the big data, Azure data engineering or any data engineering world. These 2 are very important. If you know this, your 60% job is done. Okay. So whatever you are now after this Python, back to the Spark SQL. It is traditional SQL only. Little bit here and there changes is there. So if you know the SQL end to end, very easy to handle there. If you know the Python, it is very easy to handle the PySpark because it's a Python based Spark only. So the Spark is nothing but to handle the big data, right? So your data bricks will be very much easy for you if you know understand all this. That's why I'm more focused about the that you will get familiar to everything. Okay. And this is not the end of your seek. I will give some other topics to you after this. You do research on that, try to learn, and whoever comes to me, and I will explain that. It's not like I will do a class on that, but if you say that this is this concept I need it, I'll explain. Okay, that makes sense?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So on that note, I'm just stopping it early, but that's it for today.